maximizing your manhood conference for us. You guys don't really realize it, but this is a benchmark in your lives. I've been knowing Major Garvin for a few years. I actually coached his daughter at Daytona State College. We were #2 in the country, and she had a major, not to crack my name, major role in that. And so I just want to say thank you to him for allowing us to coach his daughter. I broke my ankle during the season, was out. Still got some issues going, but you know, if you're able to walk today, that's a good thing. Okay, the man with no legs, he didn't complain when he got up this morning. And so let's think about a few things. My personal story is I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and being from Chattanooga, basketball was almost like probably maybe football in Alabama. And all three of my sons were born in Montgomery, Alabama, and it's a football state. But Tennessee was kind of a basketball state, and so I grew up playing basketball. And I'm going to talk to you about 4 principles. And it starts at this age, at a young age, about finding your why. Okay, and the art of leadership, and when we were talking about this a few months ago, maximizing your manhood, and I coined that phrase because I always wanted to help every person I come in contact with to fulfill their maximum potential. And so everyone in this room is a leader. And there's good leaders, and guess what? There's bad leaders. And if you are leading and you think you're a leader, but there's no one following, guess what? You're probably a bad leader. But if you're leading and there is someone following, then you're probably influencing and impacting people. So I want to talk about leadership wits. WITS. Leadership wits. And when I say get it, you say got it. Get it?
Got it.
Okay. The first one is, what would you think about your life if you could get paid for anything? Just think about, oh, if I could just get paid for doing this. Some of y'all want to get paid for being on Instagram, for Snapchat, for being on Facebook. Man, if I could pay, you can. But you got to figure out how you can get paid for that. Well, that's called networking. Finding relationships and tying into those relationships to help you build your why. And when I was collaborating with Sisters Unstoppable, and I just want to thank them for this opportunity because they had a vision for men. They had a vision for how we could build up men. And men need that. We need that support. And Major Garvin really hit that hard, and I really appreciate him and his perspective. But finding people to network with requires, guess what? Work. It's called networking. And so you got to find people who want to work with you on your why. You do. You got to find those people. And it's called work ethic. What is that work ethic? That means that I'm committed to doing whatever it takes. You know, in basketball, we can see somebody's work ethic. They say they want to be a basketball player. Well, if you got 7 days and they're only out on the basketball court 1 day, they don't have a good work ethic. But if there's 7 days and they're on the court 6 or 7 days, giving everything they got, then they got a good work ethic. And so in your why, you got to find out, how much time am I investing in this? I want to be this, but I'm only spending this small amount of time. Your work ethic, you got to be hungry. Okay? You got to be hungry. Now, as a college coach, when I was at Daytona State and at other Division I schools, I could see the players who were hungry. In practice, I could see it. I could see the energy that they gave. They didn't take plays off. They hustled. In the weight room, they worked. They got up early. They were the last to leave. Those were the ones that probably were the most successful because the work ethic was there. And so you got to have a work ethic. Hey, my dad was a steel worker. He grew up pulling mules as a 12, 13-year-old kid. There was no tractor, no plow. But at 12 and 13, he was expected to do a man's job. His work ethic was formed at an early age. And you're at the right age to say, man, I need to work as hard as I can to see your dream come to pass. Because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take everything you got. The IQ. The IQ is connected to the work ethic because the work ethic is saying, I want to be a lifetime laborer. I want to work at this the rest of my life. And see, the speakers that are coming after me, they've been working on this all their life. And they're still working on it. I'm still working at coaching. I'm still working at building my dream. I'm still pursuing that. And it takes everything I have. Sometimes you got to stay up late. Am I right? Sometimes you got to get up early and the sun is not up. Do you want it that bad? How bad do you want it?
Come on now.
I can tell how bad you want it by how much time you invest in it. But your IQ got to be connected to your work ethic. IQ. I'm not saying you have to be the smartest person in the world. I flunked out of school as a freshman in college. I walked on the basketball team and I almost lost my scholarship because I walked on and earned a scholarship. I wasn't working hard at English. I wasn't working hard at math. I wasn't working hard at science. I was just trying to play basketball, but in college, it's student athlete. And the student is first. So if I didn't change my perspective and get my grades, then the basketball piece was gone. I had to prove to myself, and see, that's really your audience. You guys have friends and you have partners, and you have a posse, you have a group. But really, you're the one, the man in the mirror. Maximizing your manhood is about the man in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? And what do you want? What do you see? You have to formulate in your mind that I want to succeed. It's going to take everything I got, but I have to increase my IQ, which means you got to grow. At least 1% every day. You have to fix your mind on what it is you want, and then you got to pursue it with everything you got. You got to read. It might be podcasts you listen to. You might go on YouTube and find out, okay, I want to do that. Let me learn about it. Spend that time researching what it is you want to do and go after it. You're trying to become a lifetime learner. If the work ethic is trying to help you become a lifetime laborer, then increasing your IQ at least by 1% every day is trying to get you to become a lifetime learner. And I'm trying to learn every day. And so is these speakers that we have. They're learning every day. I don't know how long Major Garvin has been a police officer, but I bet he's over 30 years. He's still learning. Your IQ is the thing that separates you, and I heard it said earlier, from your competition. The more you know, the more you grow. The T, W-I-T-S. I said I'm going to talk about leadership wits. T, toughness. Toughness. Do you have that? When you're disappointed with some results in your life, when you get rejected, when you are hurt, do you quit? Do you lay down? Do you do the, oh, woe is me? I know I've done it. But I look at myself in the mirror and I say, I can't quit now. I've come too far. See, toughness is that element, that grit, that says that no matter what happens, I'm going to keep moving forward. You got to have that toughness in here. You can't let anything stop you, no matter what it is. That toughness is really you looking at other people around you. And I'm not sure if you had all the pieces in place for you to be successful. But if you didn't, toughness should bring those things out. I didn't have this, but this is what I'm going to do about it. And so be a follower of role models in your life. See someone that's out there that you say, man, I want to be like that. That's what I want to pursue. Get to know them. Be a follower. Be a lifetime. Follow good models of what you're trying to pursue. One of our speakers is going to come, and he had certification with a particular group. I'll let him, I don't want to let the cat out the bag. But he found a model, and he pursued it. And his greatness is coming forth as he pursued that. Be a lifetime follower. Follow good models. There's enough bad models out there to follow. That's not going to take you to your end goal. And then lastly, the S. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. Every good leader, every great leader has had to sacrifice. There was a quotation on Gandhi. He said, my life is my message. Your life ought to be your message. Sacrifice. Every good leader cares about people. Every good leader serves people. If you don't bleed, the people that you're trying to lead won't hemorrhage. So we have to sacrifice. Anybody ever heard of Salvation Army? Salvation Army started with one family trying to help homeless people in London, England. It's global now. It's worldwide. William Booth and his wife, Catherine, they had children that participated in this pursuit of helping mankind. And he was asked to come to America to speak. And they were awaiting his presence because now Salvation Army had really impacted the lives of men and women, boys and girls around the world. But something happened and he couldn't come to America. And they sent a telegram and said, well, if you could have come, what is it you would have talked about? And he sent back a one-word telegram. And it said, others. See, when you're a leader, you're second. You put other people first. There's a poem by Will Allen Drumgoole, and I'm going to end with that. And it goes like this. An old man going a long highway came at evening, cold and gray, to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. That sullen stream had no fear for him, but he turned when he reached the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, you're wasting strength in building here. Your journey will end with the evening day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build you the bridge at eventide? The builder lifted his old gray head. He said, good friend, in the path I've come, he said. For there cometh after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him. You don't know it, but there's somebody coming after you that you can help. That's what you're striving for day by day. Trying to get 1% better and maximizing your manhood. Thank you very much.